Hello, Bunny Room and Kangaroo Room. This week, we're learning all about the ocean and the animals that live there. We have different stories and activities about fish and dolphins and whales, on birds and other animals. I'm here with my sensory table, with something special, something a little different, that you see sometimes in the ocean. We played with it in the bunny room sometimes. We see it around the town, around our homes in the winter. Do we know what it is? I have my little tray here, all filled up with different pieces of ice. This one is a really big one. I filled up, and it's going drip, drip, drip. I filled up my bucket with some water. I put it someplace really cold, like a freezer. And then I waited a little while and it turned into ice. I have lots of little ones too. Do we know any animals that live on the ice? Animals that live in the Arctic Ocean? Maybe ones that are big and white and furry? A special kind of bear that's called a polar bear, or a black and white bird with little feet, kind of walks like this. It has a beak. A little bird on the ice and snow called it's a penguin. So we are out here playing with our ice, just like polar bears and penguins. We can try to use them like blocks and stack them up. See how tall they can go. Oh, but they slip and slide away. Why are they doing that? Slip, slip. I can put one on top. Oh, but once I try two, they fall over. I have, over here, some water. I can take a piece of my ice, a little scoop, put some water on the ice, and see what happens. What's happening to it? Let's try again. Another little scoop. Ooh, interesting. I think my ice cube's getting smaller. Let's try some more water and see what happens. Look at it go, look at it drip. I'm making a mess, but that's okay. I'm outside. Some more water we can see. Keep going. Look, it's changing its shape. It's getting smaller. I want to know, if I keep doing this, will my ice go all the way away? Will this piece completely disappear from my hands? Let's keep trying. One more scoop on it. Oh, it's getting pretty small. My other ones were this big, and now it's smaller. Look, I have a bigger piece, and this one that I made smaller. Let's do a few more. I dip in the jar here, the water, and pour it on my ice cube. And dip in, and pour it on my ice cube. Getting smaller. Oh, and it has a special shape to it from where the water hits it. Very cool. And another one. And another one. Look how small it's getting. Let's do one more. Wow. Very cool. That different shape. You can see little bubbles inside. Some parts, I can see right through it. It's clear. Other parts are white and I can't see through it. Huh, I wonder why that is. Oh, and when it melts, it gets a little bit pointy on the sides, so I need to be careful not to poke myself on the pointy parts of the ice. Let's keep going. Let's add a little bit more water and see if we can get this all the way to disappear. Go into my jar here. scoop some out, and pour it on. And another one. And another one. Ooh. It's almost gone. It's almost gone. There's not much ice left in this one. I have lots more here though. This one's almost gone. And pour some on. How small it got. It's very thin. Maybe back to using my very little scoop just for a little bit more and see what happens to it. Drop, drop. Can come up and watch really close. Very cool. Or maybe if this ice is cold and my hands are warm, I can melt it just inside my hands. Like when you play in the snow, when you hold a snowball and it melts. What happened to the ice cube too? Oh, this one might be too cold. It kind of hurts my hands. When we play in the snow and the ice, maybe you want to put on some gloves, like we have for the winter, to keep our hands feeling good. Or maybe I'll just hold it gently and use the water to get the last few bits to melt. It did shrink though. It did keep melting when I held on to it. A little bit more. A little bit more. A big one. Oh, a big one here. And this is all that's left. I started with an ice cube that was this big, and it got down so small, it's almost all the way gone. My tray, my sensory tray, is full of water now. And I bet these ones are melting too. This one got a lot smaller. Ooh. This one has more white inside, it's less clear. Is there one I can see all the way through? Ooh. If I hold this up, can you see my eye through the clear part of the ice? But if I go this way, oh, now I can't see. Now I see the white part. And here's the really big one. It's getting slippery and slimy. Oh, that one's a little hard to hold. I think I'll put on my gloves for that. One for my left hand. Just like we have gloves on for playing in the winter, I can do it for my ice today. One for this hand. And there we go, that'll help me hold on and play with the ice better. Ah, here it is. Wow, this one's so big. I can, oops. I thought I had a good grip, but I need to be really careful when I play with this. Let's try that again. Hey, hold it low so I don't hurt myself or anyone else. Look at that cool ice. I see a little crack in it. Lots of bubbles too. Very interesting. So aside from my scoops for water, I have some little bottles, and they can squirt out water onto the ice and watch what happens. If you come in and look really close, it's making a little hole form. It's melting away the ice. These ones I filled with warm water at the sink, and I think the warm water helps melt the ice better than cold water would. I can do 1, 2, 3 drips at a time, or I can give it a big squeeze and make lots of water come out. It's splashing too, but that's okay. I got about one more thing to show you, then I'll say goodbye for today. I have the biggest ice cube I could make. The biggest bucket I could fit in my freezer. I'm ready to tip this over and see what it looks like. This one is pretty tall. Oh, I can look and see there's water inside too. It was frozen in the freezer, but now it's been sitting outside, starting to melt. If we, let's make some space for it. Let's move this block over here. I'm playing outside. I'm on something that it's okay to get wet. This is something I wouldn't want to do in a classroom because I have, I'm splashing, I'm making a mess, but that's okay outside. Ready to try the big block? Oh, the water comes out. The water that melted. Oh, and here it comes. With this one, since you have a really big thing, you might need a grown-up to help you. But once it's in your tray, once you have it, maybe playing in your bathtub, in your sink, or even just playing outside on the grass or on the sidewalk, you can definitely check it out. You can scoop water onto it, you can build and see how the ice works. But let's get this one out. I'm gonna go like this, and tilt it over, and pull up my bucket. Wow. And there it is. The biggest ice cube that I could make. It's pretty heavy. It's pretty beautiful. I love how it looks. Can you imagine a polar bear walking on ice like this? A big piece of ice in the ocean called a big piece of ice like that is called a glacier. Those are very cool. I can tilt it over sideways. It might splash, but that's okay. Check the different sides, I can feel it. My gloves are getting wet, but that's okay. I can splash it around. I can pick up the little ones, and they can I build? Put some on top. I got 2 on top, but then they fall off. Let's try again. 1, 2, 1 on top. Look at that. Very cool. Will it stay that way? What if I add some more water to it? What's gonna happen here? Do you think these ones will slide off and fall? Let's find out. Pour the water on. Oh, away they go. Interesting. Can turn it back up this way and use a little squirt bottle. And it's a nice hot sunny day. It feels kind of good to play in the water and the ice. My gloves are getting all wet. I might take those off now. I'm not holding onto the ice anymore. Thanks for helping me out, gloves. I can use my empty bucket, the one that had the ice cube in it. I can count and put away the small ice cubes. I can go with this one. 1 in there. 2. 3. Shake off the water drops, watch it drip. 4. 5. 5 ice cubes I put in the bucket. Can we do a few more? After 5 is 6, 7, 8, 9, and my ice cube number 10. 10 little ice cubes on top of the big ice cube. Can pour them back in the tray. Get our big ice cube back. Feel it in our hands. Play with it in our tray of water here. This has been pretty fun. To imagine we're in the really cold ocean with penguins or with polar bears. To play with and build and count with the ice. Lots of fun. If you are doing some ice activities on your own, if you want to share a picture with your teachers and your classmates, that would be awesome. Would love to see you again soon in our video chats, our calls with each other to say hello, to have a story and a song. And I hope everyone's learning a lot this summer, having lots of fun, and staying safe. Thank you to the kids, the teachers, the parents, sisters, brothers, and dogs, everyone else, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.